The NBA playoffs started this past weekend, and let me tell you, it's been interesting. The headline is that the Memphis Grizzlies were dog walked by the OKC Thunder by 51 points on Saturday. So they run it back tonight at 7:30 p.m. Eastern time, which I still think they might lose by 20. But uh, while Steph is just continuing to just beat on the Rockets every single season, and I don't think they can ever I don't think they will beat Steph Curry within this era. So, uh,
Nope.
here's the bracket, everybody, so we can break it down. And the Clippers came back to win against the Nuggets last night, even
That was
though they
impressive.
and then the Pistons found a way to even the series in New York. So they got one on the road. So now home court advantage sits with the Detroit Pistons.
Hey now, let me tell you something,
They're
man.
coming.
I'm gonna start. I'm gonna start from the from the bottom left. Let me tell you something, bro. Try telling everybody. Nobody's a Steph
Who
stopper.
are you telling? I've already believed this.
No, no, no. There's some people is in the chat saying, Rockets are young. Nope.
Oh
Not
yeah.
gonna. There was no Curry stopper. There never will be. There never has been, unless you're thinking of 2016 when he still wasn't being stopped. So, listen, Warriors in 6. I'll give the Rockets 2. But if they win tonight, it's over. If the Warriors win tonight, I don't think that
4-1
there's a
gentlemen
very good
sweep.
chance they get swept. I'm not gonna lie. No one, they're not gonna go back to Golden State and win one or both games. It's not gonna happen. But if we're looking at the Lakers and Timberwolves, that one kind of concerns me a little bit. I'm not
I
gonna lie.
told P. I said it. I said the Wolves were probably canned. I think out of all the teams right now in the
Yeah,
first round, where you think of an upset, I think the Wolves would have won the best one that could
that's
upset
it.
some.
That one concerns me a little bit. I'm not convinced that the Lakers are gonna lose that series, but that game was not something to just look past. That was a that was a pretty good ass whooping. So I mean I'm gonna be shocked if the Timberwolves kind of pull that off. I'll be honest, but if they do, they do. Congratulations to them. If they do. If the 6 and 7 seed play second round, there's gonna be some good NBA ratings. That's all I gotta say. Um, the Clippers, I got Clippers in the 6th, and I'm not surprised by last night. I don't know. I don't know if that's just me. I'm not gonna act like I'm surprised. Their team overall is just a little bit better to me. Besides Jokic, without Jokic on the court, the Clippers just destroy them. So it's just they're gonna have to figure that out. And OKC's gonna, man, I hate to say it, I love Job, but they're gonna probably sweep the Grizzlies. So I'll leave the East to you guys, but that's my West predictions.
I don't. The Cavs looked okay. I don't think they looked really like they were going to be dominant like in the playoffs like the OKC Thunder are. But I still think the Cavs can get to this conference finals. But if they end up playing Milwaukee, I think Milwaukee's going to beat them. So, um, but as it looks to the Boston Celtics, it was scary the first half, but like again, like they always do in the second half, they lock in, they just take over the game. And Derek White hit what 7 threes,
Yeah, that was
and
ridiculous. He's
Jason
not doing
Tatum
that
and them
again.
had a mediocre night. So
He's not doing that again. Let's be honest. No way. Seven
they had a
threes.
mediocre night. So it looks like the Celtics are already going to be in the conference finals. So
I think people are underestimating the Pistons here a little bit.
I love him.
I think that the Pistons are. You talk about the team that has the best chance of upsetting in the first round here, as far as seeding goes. I would say the Pistons. I would say the Pistons over the Knicks.
is that
Actually,
really an
maybe I'll
upset
give it
though?
to the Warriors. I think the Warriors a little bit more than them, but just because I think the Rockets are too young for the
Well, the Warriors
playoffs.
are favored in that series, so it's
Right,
like
right.
you know,
So I
Is
Which
mean,
is
that
if you even
insane.
want to count that one as an upset, but the Pistons, I think, have a legitimate chance to beat the Knicks, and I think that if they do, if they get past New York, I think that they will give Boston trouble. I'm not saying they're going to win that series. I'm not saying they're going to win, but I could see it going to 6. I think that that's a good young team. I think that Cade Cunningham, I don't know, they just have been super hot headed into the playoffs. This is a team with a lot of momentum, which again, you just can't. I can't stress enough how important that is in basketball. Like momentum, I know it's different in the NBA because you have a week off, but I just think that team is playing with a lot of confidence right now, and I'm really excited to see them on Thursday. On Thursday, play again for Game 3 because I think that team is going to be dangerous down the stretch. And if they get hot, if they beat the Knicks, and maybe they shock the Celtics, I don't
gotta
know.
say is, man, if they had Jaden Ivey instead of Dennis
Yeah,
Schroeder,
they'd be look like a lot better. But
ooh,
I don't
Yeah.
even think the them beating the Knicks is really an upset though.
I agree. The Knicks aren't impressive to me, man. Like it's an upset. Don't get me. It is an upset,
It's going to
but
be the total like the number wise. Yes, it's going to be an upset, but
it's just not. They're not a convincing team to me.
No.
Like a
Uh,
cat.
on,
Cat went 0 for 3 in the second half yesterday. Didn't put up a point or a stat.
on
I'm pretty sure.
paper, it's an upside. If you
Right, that's what I mean,
if you
yeah.
go player for player,
Yeah.
it's 100% an upside.
Odds wise, it's
Absolutely.
an upset.
I think that looking at the Pistons at the beginning of this year, right? You know, they're coming off from being one of the most perennially bad teams in basketball since the last time they made the playoffs in 2018, which that was just skating by the skin of their teeth, right? They have been they have been terrible every single year since 2018, up until late last season when we saw them start turning things around and thinking, ooh, maybe they can make some noise in a couple years. Not this season, but in a couple years, they can make some serious noise. I'm not saying they overachieved. I thought they were going to be a play-in team from the jump. I thought they were going to be like a 10-9 seed possibly, but they made it as the 6 and they got a guaranteed playoff spot. I think everything that happens past here is just icing on the cake. They got their playoff win. They got their first playoff appearance since 2018. They got a playoff win on the road, no less, in New York, which is one of the tougher places to play in basketball.
Yeah.
Anything that happens past here is icing on the cake. They've had a successful season, and they're playing with no pressure. The whole point of me saying all this is they're playing with zero pressure whatsoever. There's no pressure for them to do anything past this. They do not care. They simply do not care if they win by 1 or lose by 50. They are in the playoffs. They have achieved exactly what they wanted to achieve this year, which was make it past the play-in and get a playoff win. Everything past this, icing on the cake, they're playing with zero pressure, and that should scare the New York Knicks.
Hey, shout out Tobias Harris, man. I mean, literally, he upgraded like crazy. I did not think. Look, I'm a big Tobias Harris hater because of the Jimmy Butler situation. But hey, got to put your hands up and be like, hey, congratulations to you, man. You're playing on a playoff team at a good level. So
look how everybody turned out when they lead the Sixers.
Oh yeah,
That's all
right.
I say.